Welcome to the last part of Lamplight City. This is the conclusion of the game, which means we'll uncover the identity of the Justice Killer. Finally. It also means there will be a new game on Saturday. As always, I'll give a hint on my community page, so if you're curious, go and check that out. In case you don't remember, the Justice Killer is the serial killer who was responsible for the death of our partner, who keeps nagging us to find him, and leaves the word justice next to his victims, and we don't know why. As usual, the police have no clues and no leads, so it's up to us to find the killer. Oh, and we're on the clock, cause if we don't find him in time, the chief of police will throw our ass in jail. So, no pressure at all. Let's go speak to the coffee lady, her. Is your name Ruby by any chance?
Begging your pardon, miss.
How can I help you, sir?
I understand you were involved with Ennis Bowditch.
Doing nasty
Was
things.
involved, yes. I haven't spoken to him in nearly 2 months.
Oh, were you not aware of his death then?
What? Ennis is dead?
Guess not.
This is awkward.
It is.
Indeed. I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news.
How did it happen?
I'm afraid he was murdered.
Murdered? By who? And why?
Those are exactly the questions I'm trying to answer myself.
Oh, I see. Are you a detective?
I
A
am
private
that.
investigator, yes.
Well, I'll answer what I can. If it helps any, that is.
It
I'm
might.
certain it will.
Why does she sound English?
What was your relationship with Mr. Bowditch like?
Oh, well, it was nice at first. He was a proper gentleman-like. But then something changed.
Oh?
It's like I told Ruby.
Ruby!
I think he might have got hit on the head at work because he seemed to be a completely different person. He'd get angry for no reason. He even... Well, that bit's not important. At
Might
first,
be.
I thought he was just going through some rough times, but after a while I realized he'd changed for the worse. So I broke things off. He wasn't too happy about it, but I wasn't going to stick with a man like that.
Tell us about Ruby, we need to know about
This
her.
friend of yours, Ruby, did she know an MP named Percival McDonough?
I'm not sure. Ruby knows a lot of men.
Is that so?
Well, no, I don't mean... It's just... Oh, damn it all, me and my big mouth. She'll have my guts for garters now.
To tell?
It's all right. No one's in trouble. But I think I'd like to speak with Ruby.
For sure.
Could you tell me where I can find her?
No. You see, she moves around quite a lot. Never in the same place for more than a night or two.
That's suspicious, though.
I think she's given us a clear picture of what Ruby does for a living. Normally, I'd be all for pressing this girl more until she cracks, but I like her. I think we'll be able to find Ruby without causing her more discomfort.
Well, thank you for the information. You've been very helpful.
Yeah, I think she's at the workhouse.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
Justice killer? Is that some kind of pesticide?
No, it isn't. Never mind.
Never mind. Bye.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, sir.
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
I agree with that. Right, so I don't think we can do much here because we've been at the coffee house a lot of times because Upton was here. At that table, I think. And we've looked at everything multiple times. So let's go to the docks because this is the second. I know I'm doing everything chaotically. This is again the guy. No, this is the same guy, by the way, who was dating the coffee house girl and was also working here. So I'm being more logical than I
Blank
thought.
surfaces don't stay that way for very long around here. This sign could use a fresh coat of paint. Ah, the chum. You can never truly get away from it as much as you may try.
This is the chum. This is kind of like a, how do you say it? Neighborhood for poor people?
What, you want me to howl at it or something?
Why don't you? Trevor Hastings. How do we know his name? Do we know him?
Trevor Hastings, is that you?
Why, Detective Fordham. Fancy seeing you again. What brings you down to the docks?
Wait, who is this?
I'm trying to track down a serial murderer, who I believe is the same man who was breaking into the flower shop.
Oh.
Don't say. I wish I could help you, but the guy never came back after the night you and your partner came around. Where is your partner anyway?
What do you think?
Oh, he's around.
That he is.
Well, give him my regards. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get this crate back, or Cecilia will have my head on a platter.
Of course. Good seeing you again.
He's around? That's probably the most clever thing you've said in months. Well done.
Try denying it. This is if you don't remember the guy who worked at the flower shop, who I thought was a young man, and then he entered. Can I go here? I don't know. Will he stop me? Oh. Oops.
What? Who is it?
This is kind of like
Hello, sir. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
an attraction.
Go ahead, but make it quick. Time is money, after all.
Huh? Who is it? So weird.
Did you employ a man named Ennis Bowditch?
I did, yes. He only worked for me occasionally, but he was always punctual and performed his job well. I learned recently that he had been killed. It was a tremendous shame. Workers of his caliber are so hard to come by.
Do you have any information relating to Mr. Bowditch's murder?
I'm afraid not. The truth is, I knew very little about him. It's the same with most of my men. I have a business to run, you see. It affords me very little time to socialize.
Yeah, you were kind of rude with me also.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
I believe I saw a headline in the newspaper recently mentioning that name, but I dismissed it as fear-mongering nonsense. There are more important things I need to worry about.
Like
But
what?
the Justice Killer is directly responsible for the death of one of your workers.
Oh? Is that right? Well, there's nothing I can do about it. What my men get up to in their off time is none of my business.
Wow, this guy is even worse than you, Miles.
It's not very empathetic. Let's ask about him just because we have so few questions.
What does your work here involve?
I'm in charge of tracking and cataloging all the cargo that passes through here. I receive the shipping manifest and make sure that things get unloaded and sent to the right places.
And you do all this by yourself?
Well, of course not. I'm in charge of administration. A team of workers does all the heavy lifting.
Thank you for your time. I'll let you return to work.
Right you are.
So how did that help me at all? I don't know. Did it help me? I can speak with him. Again?
Keep up the good work.
Grunt. No, guess not. Right, so I don't know. This kind of feels like a bust. Well, it's suspicious that Trevor is there. So let me see. We've been everywhere but the Gilded Lily. So let's do that. I think Ruby's here.
Well, hello there, handsome. Welcome to the Gilded Lily. Come over here and tell me what kind of pleasure it is you're looking for.
Information.
I'm afraid I'm here for business, not pleasure.
Oh, well, that's just a shame, isn't it?
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. And you are?
You can call me Serafina. I'm in charge of this establishment.
You won't mind if I take a look around or ask you some questions?
As long as you keep to the front room, you can do whatever you like. Beyond that, you're gonna have to pay.
Maybe it's best if you leave this part out when you tell Adelaide about the case later.
Gee, you think?
Oh, my virgin eyes. You certainly won't find art like that at the National Gallery. Looks nervous. Wonder if this is his first time.
I thought I recognized him, but I guess
What a
not.
charming statue. Wouldn't she get cold fetching water in that state of undress?
It's a statue, so I doubt it. Can go here, apparently.
I'm
Back
not
room.
too familiar with places like this, but I believe that's
Where
where
the
the
fun
fun
happens.
happens. If you've got the crowns for it.
Do I have money? I don't know, do I? Let's speak
May
with
I
her
ask you a
first.
few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
So it's all about the money.
Do you know anything about the Justice Killer?
I'm afraid not, dear. I don't normally associate with killers.
Are you sure you don't know anything? He's the reason I'm here.
Well, I can assure you I know nothing about your murderer. If the trail has led you here, it's surely just coincidence.
I doubt it.
Yeah, she seems awfully certain of that. It's a good thing we don't believe in coincidences.
So she knows more.
Did you have a man named Hannibal Kirkland as a client?
I make it my practice not to learn the names of any customers here, Mr. Fordham. I hate to disappoint anyone who comes through those doors, but discretion is paramount in this business.
Yeah, kind of figures.
Well, at least you know you can trust these women with your secrets.
I doubt that, though. I wouldn't do that.
Do you by chance have a girl named Ruby in your service?
Ruby? Yes, she's one of our newest girls.
Told ya.
She's not in any sort of trouble, is she?
She might be.
Not at all. I merely wanted to speak with her.
Well, she should be in the dressing room. If you go through the rear door and follow the hallway down, it's the last door on the left.
I see. Thank you.
Percival?
Did you know Percival McDonough?
The politician? I knew who he was, but never met him personally.
Well, Ruby
He
did.
was seeing Ruby, wasn't he?
Not regularly, no. In fact, his first and only visit with her was yesterday.
Were you aware that he was murdered shortly after that?
I had no idea. How terrible.
Yes, it is terrible. This means she's lost a potential repeat customer.
Could be that's the way she's thinking.
This is a lovely establishment you have, and such a nice name, too.
Thank you, my dear. It wasn't always called the Gilded Lily, though. We were formerly known as Le Maison de Tolérance.
What inspired the name change?
Ah, that's a bit of a long story. Not worth getting into.
How long have you been operating?
Going on 25 years. Business has been good. There's a reason this is the world's oldest profession, you know.
Let's ask about her a bit.
So, how did you get into this business?
Like many of the other girls, it was the best of some bad options. I had no interest in being beholden to a husband. I may be a fallen woman, but better to fly and fall than to have your wings clipped.
Do you enjoy the work?
It's a job like any other, Mr. Fordham. There are good days and there are bad days. But my girls are my family. We take care of each other. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
Right, so asking about her doesn't really help me. Which I figured. Let's go see if we can find Ruby, who is our prime suspect at the moment. She for sure will become a suspect, I think, in my casebook.
Oh, hello. Did Serafina send you back here for me?
Kinda.
Yes, but not for the usual reasons. I'm a private investigator. My name is Miles Fordham. Ruby, I presume?
Yes, that's right. What do you need from me?
Just some information.
Well, I'll do my best.
Let's look around.
The girls here don't get much in the way of a dressing area. Still, something is better than nothing, I suppose.
What's this?
Lily, 1809 to 1843. I wonder what happened to her.
So that's the name change. Shrine?
That's a nice locket for being such a cheap piece of jewelry. No lilies? Seems like a missed opportunity.
Easter lilies.
Cut down in her prime. I can relate.
I can relate. They are definitely behind this.
I'm guessing this is where most of the girls keep their personal belongings. Doesn't seem to offer much in the way of privacy.
That's it. Let's speak
The
with
girls
her.
here don't get much.
Whoops. Misclicked. It's also
So, Ruby,
Yes?
fitting that she has red hair. You can ask a lot. Because she knew all these men. Did she not?
that's a rather nice portrait. Who's the subject?
Oh, that's Lily. Before my time. Serafina knows loads about her. Even changed the name of this place in her honor.
Knew it.
You might try asking her if you want to know more.
Yeah, she doesn't tell me.
Did you ever have a client named Hannibal Kirkland?
No, that name doesn't sound familiar. Sorry.
Yeah, but you work on a no-name basis, so I think she's gonna say no to all of them.
Do you know Ennis Bowditch?
Bowditch? Didn't think I'd be hearing that name again.
Oh, she does know
As
it.
I understand it, he was seeing your friend, the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
Yeah, that's right. Annabelle. She broke things off with him a while ago, though.
Because he
So
died.
she said. Did you ever know him to be violent?
Violent? The bastard nearly beat Annabelle's brains in once. Why do you think she chucked him?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So they were all
At
aggressive,
least she had the
maybe.
good sense to get rid of him.
Perhaps
that's
we
the
should go
link.
confirm this newly discovered fact with Annabelle.
Right, we should. So maybe the link isn't the... How do you call it? The working house? The house for working girls. How is it called? I don't know. But they were all violent men.
Did you ever meet a man named Burley Cause?
No, I never met him, but one of the other girls had him as a client.
Interesting.
I remember because she was laughing about his name. He wasn't very burly, if you get my meaning.
I get it.
Right.
Let's ask all of them.
Are you familiar with Reggie Willingham?
Oh, him? He had to be banned from here.
So they all came
Really?
here.
What happened?
He got way too rough with one of the girls. She ended up shy a few teeth.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't too fond of boundaries. Good riddance to him, I say.
Were you aware that Mr. Willingham was murdered?
What? Oh, well, now I feel terrible for saying good riddance. I meant...
I think I know what you meant, Ruby. It's fine.
Is it me, or is there a pattern starting to emerge here?
Definitely is. Clue added.
You met recently with Percival McDonough, is that right?
How did you know that? I thought he was meant to keep those sorts of things private.
He did.
He had your name written down in his calendar.
And you found me here based on that?
Well, I am a detective.
And a good one.
Suppose that's true. Anyway, yes. I only met him the one time. There wasn't anything remarkable about him. After we finished, he got all emotional about his wife, but I could hardly understand what he was saying. I hate it when they cry afterwards.
And let's ask this.
Have you heard of the Justice Killer?
No, I don't believe so.
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 victims, mostly men from Chumley.
Oh dear, that sounds dreadful. Is that what you're investigating?
It is. Do you know anyone who might have some information about him?
I don't. Sorry I can't be more help.
Are you really sorry though?
How long have you been in this business?
Only a few months now. Used to work at a kitchen, but then they brought in some of those new automated machines.
Ah, sadly familiar story.
At least this profession isn't in any danger of being made obsolete by steam tech. Cold steel can never replace a warm touch.
Let's just hope that's true.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Never say never. Right, so what clue did we get? Clues, where are my clues? Reggie Willingham would frequent the Gilded Lily, but was banned after beating one of the girls working there. So does that mean we need to ask... beating, or is this the pattern he's speaking about? What I said, that they were all violent. Ask that madam about him, maybe? Speak to the servant girl again. I still need to investigate the Gilded Lily, so I'm still not done. So why don't we go ask that madam? Because again, still can't go there. And maybe she will also explain more about Lily.
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but...
Could you
just
tell me
this?
about the young lady in the portrait hanging in the back room?
Ah, that's Lily Peterson. She was a wonderful woman, and a great friend.
What happened to her?
It's a rather... tragic story, Mr. Fordham. I'd rather not go into too much detail. The short version is this. She was with a client who got very carried away. She was able to defend herself enough to mortally wound the bastard, but the damage had already been done. The girls and I decided among us that we would rename this establishment in her honor. Some days it's still hard to believe she's gone. I haven't even been able to get rid of her box of things.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Serafina.
Thank you, dear. It was especially awful given Lily's past. Her sister died at the hands of her own husband some 16 years before. Some people just can't escape tragedy, no matter how far they run.
Huh. Something tells me these deaths are significant.
I
It might be a
agree.
good idea to learn as much as we can about Lily Peterson.
Definitely.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
Because someone is leaving lilies at all the crime scenes to avenge her, I think. Which is her name, Lily. And all men who died were violent. Well, at least most of them were. I still need to investigate the Gilded Lily. I'm still not done. But there's nothing I can do right now. So why don't we go back to the coffee girl? What did we need to ask her again? I forgot. Oh, if she was being beaten.
Begging your pardon, miss.
How can I...
How are we gonna ask that nicely though?
I spoke with your friend Ruby. She told me something quite disturbing.
What was that?
She said that Ennis had fits of violence, and that the reason you ended your relationship was because he hit you.
Why would she tell you that? That was my secret to tell, not hers. I thought we were friends.
So it's true.
It's obvious she cares about you and was worried about your well-being.
Well, it hardly matters now Ennis is dead, does it?
But is it true? Did he raise his hand to you?
I guess it is.
Yes, it is true. As I said before, something changed in him. I have no idea what, but I had to get away.
I see. Thank you for your honesty. I'm sorry you had to experience what you did.
Clue added.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, sir.
So let me see, what clue did we get? Ennis Bowditch was prone to fits of violence and would raise his hand to Annabelle, the ruined serving girl. Or how do you say it? She entered a relationship because of it. So we have a pattern. We've done a lot. So we still have to investigate the Gilded Lily, apparently. I don't know how, and we need to learn about Lady Peterson's murder. I think we need to ask that stupid man. I'm gonna go to the police station to see if our Snelling guy can help us. Because shouldn't he work for his money? At least. He's just sitting there, literally
Chief Snelling?
doing nothing.
Yes, Fordham?
He's not even moving. Yes, see?
Do you recall a murder involving a woman named Lily Peterson about a year ago?
You better.
Lily Peterson? Yes, that name does sound familiar. Of course, the prostitute murder. That wasn't one of yours, was it?
Would I ask you if it
No,
was?
it wasn't. Do you remember any other details?
As I recall, the woman was beaten severely by one of her clients, who escaped and was never found.
Interesting.
She died a few days later in the hospital. How is this of any relevance, exactly?
That's what I'm trying to piece together.
I was gonna say something snarky like, that's my problem, not yours.
Did you know that Lily Peterson had a sister who was killed some 16 years ago?
Probably not.
I didn't. Are you suggesting that's related somehow?
Well, what do you
I
think?
think it is. Would you be able to get me the case file?
What was the victim's name?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That might be a bit more difficult, unless you can give me more details.
Annoying.
I'll try my best.
Very well. What year did you say the case was from?
Oops. Am I supposed to know that? Oh, I didn't know. I'm gonna guess it.
It was 16 years ago, so 1828.
Right. And who was the detective assigned to the case?
Should I know? I don't know. It's not Snelling because he would know it's not Bill. Bill, is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
You realize that will make it significantly more difficult to find the file.
Perhaps we'll get lucky.
And what was the victim's official cause of death?
Neither. I think... I don't know.
I don't know.
I think she was beaten.
That's really not going to be much help.
No.
All right. I'll have a look and see if I find anything.
Right, so I need to know those things. You won't find anything.
There's nothing I can see that matches the information you gave me. I suggest you get your details in order before you attempt to waste my time again.
I don't know, but shouldn't you be doing something? I mean, I have a last name. Can't you just find someone based on a last name? Is that just me? Well, how am I gonna get more details? I don't know. Let me think. What if I ask over here? Didn't she... Wait. I have here on her picture that I apparently should remember.
Damn shame to be cut down in the prime of your life. Believe me, I know.
That doesn't help me.
Cut down in her prime. I can relate.
So 1843, apparently. Locket? What's this? What's this? 3132213. Am I supposed to know what this means? Also, my casebook updated, but I don't know what happened.
That's a nice locket for being such... I'm guessing this is where most...
So, Ruby,
You can speak to
Yes?
about what exactly? Possessions.
Serafina told me that Lily's possessions are still here. Do you know where they're kept?
Yeah, in that cabinet over there. Lily had a special place in Serafina's heart. I don't think she has the nerve to get rid of this stuff yet.
I'm
you
glad
think I
she
could
didn't.
take a look through it?
Oh, I don't know.
Serafina never has to know. I promise I'll only look, not touch.
If I had a crown for every time I'd heard that. But, alright. As long as you keep your word and don't take anything from the box, I'll let you have a look. I'll get it for you after.
It's funny
I'll just leave you to it then.
because of the
Thanks,
type of
love.
work she does. What are you doing? Are you unlocking it for me or something? Oh, alright. Oh,
There
I
you
could have
go.
done that.
All yours for the browsing.
That's nice, I guess. Also, why does she make that much noise walking around? She's just wearing pantyhose. That doesn't seem right, does it? Let's look at it. I already forgot the code, by the way. Whoops.
Let's see what we have in here.
A letter. Dear Miss Peterson, while it is unorthodox practice for a detective to maintain contact with the relatives of a victim, so I know the detective. Cool, it's Lester. After the case has been closed, your story has touched me on a deeper level. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you, I don't know, assuring this difficult time, enduring. I understand you have decided to take it upon yourself to raise your sister's son, and for that I commend and respect your strength of will. Again, do not hesitate to contact me if there's anything I can do to help. Lester Barnett, I don't know if I can
Nice
remember
scarf, impressively clean too. Lily clearly took care of her things. That cheap ring must have had sentimental value because otherwise there'd be no point in keeping it.
I guess.
These don't look too valuable. One of 3 buttons with an engraved lily on it. I wonder if they're just decorative or if they have some other purpose.
I understand the code now, I think. Do I have it somewhere? 3132213. Let me think. Press it 3 times, 1 time, 3 times, 2 times, 2 times, 1 time, 3 times? I don't know. Or is it 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. I guess so.
Well now, I think we just found ourselves a bonanza.
And we lied because we said we wouldn't touch anything. Aunt Lily, I tried, God knows I tried, but I couldn't let that bastard get away with his crime. I refused to watch you suffer the same fate as Mother. Justice had to be done. This is a justice killer. I've snuffed out his life, just as he tried to choke yours out of your body. The blood that stains this letter is his. Ew, that's gross. I thought it was coffee or something. As I write this, you're in a hospital bed, unconscious. I don't know if I'll ever be able to speak with you again, but I'm placing this letter in your secret place in the hope that you will someday be able to read it. In the meantime, I have discovered my true calling. I must dispense justice to those who harm innocent women. Well, I kinda solved that pattern already. I've seen the cycle of violence go on far too long. I have lost both my mother and aunt to violent men, and I must stop this from happening again. I spoke with Gloria, and she told me she had been violated by one of her clients, an ironworker named Hannibal Kirkland. I will observe his habits until the time is right to strike. After he's taken care of, I will find others and do the same until this wretched city is scrubbed clean. I need to send a message. There's no name. Right, so I guess I'm taking that. I'm sorry for lying because I touched it and I took something. Don't know where it is. Oh, it's here. So we know Lester Barnett. We know she was choked. Didn't this letter say that? Tried to choke. So she was choked. We know it's Lester Barnett. What else did that Snelling need to know? The year? Right, that's why I was coming here. I already forgot. 1824? 43.
Cut down in her...
I don't think I can remember this though. 43. Let's go back while I still know it. 43. Somehow I have a hard time remembering that.
Chief Snelling?
Yes, Fordham?
Also, I was a little shocked about all the blood on the letter.
I really need to take a look at...
I can find... What year?
Oh, so that's not even on here. But she died in 43.
It would have been in 1831.
Right. And
So I
who was
think
the detective assigned to the
28
case?
was right because he said 16 years ago.
It was less...
Right. He was quite active in those days. And what was the victim's official cause of death?
So I need to do this again.
It was strangulation.
All right.
You won't because I chose the wrong year. Let's do it
Chief
again.
Snelling?
Yeah.
Quickly.
I really...
What?
28.
It was 16 years...
Right.
So I think that's right. It's
was
Barnett.
Right. And what?
It's
It was
strangulation.
All right.
Now you should find something. Right?
Yes. Here we are. This should be a match. Have a look.
Finally. New Battalion Police Department.
So we have our killer's last name and possible first name, assuming he's the same man Linda Walker talked about. Perhaps it's time to ask about him at the docks.
How can you read this quickly? I've just read the title and you already know what's in this letter. Or case file. Victims' names: Liam Collins, Daisy Collins. Gunshot, self-inflicted strangulation. Report. Police were notified after a neighbor heard shouting and general commotion from the Collins apartment. Upon arrival, they found Daisy Collins in the living room with clear signs of strangulation. In the bedroom, they found Liam Collins, the apparent victim of a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. Searching the rest of the apartment, officers found a young child, aged approximately 4 years old, hiding in a closet. The child did not respond to questions and was visibly upset. Yeah, well, like that's weird or something, come on. Both your parents just died. Detective Lester Barnett conducted an investigation and determined that Liam Collins attacked his wife, likely under the influence of alcohol, and accidentally caused her death. Upon realizing what he had done, he used his own pistol to take his life. The child has been taken into police custody and is awaiting transfer to an orphanage if no next of kin is located. So what was the name again? Let me see. A child. Collins, but do we have a name for the child? Did I read that? No, just a child, so we just know the last name. So what is that bill talking about? Wait, what did that bill guy say? I forgot, what did he say? Samuel. Verify if Samuel Collins works at the docks. Alright, let's do that. Oh, because that lady at the courthouse, Linda Walker, called him Samuel. So that's it then. Would you know, or do I need to ask that weird guy? To know.
Keep up the good work.
So I guess I need to ask him. Well, he does administration, so that does make sense.
You again? What do you need?
How can you even see me?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Well, one. I'm solving a murder or multiple murders.
Do you know a man named Samuel Collins?
Yes, I do. He's one of my workers.
Is he working today?
No, it's his day off. Why do you ask?
I need his home
I'm
address.
very interested in speaking with him. Could you tell me where I can find him?
I don't just give out information on my men to strangers. What reason do you have for wanting to speak with him?
I don't know.
I
It's
believe
just
he may
killed
be
5
involved
men.
in some serious crimes.
Is that right? And what are these serious crimes exactly?
I think he's a justice killer. I think he's stealing from you. I think he stole from one of your customers. Ooh, well, he only cares about money, so I think it's maybe one of these, but I feel like I can make a mistake here. I don't think he will help me if I tell him the truth. He'll probably say, well, what's that? Why is that any business of mine?
I believe he's stealing money from you and your business.
What? Do you have proof of this?
No, I guess I don't.
Stop wasting my time then!
Oh, so that's not it?
About Samuel.
Yes? What about him? You've made a rather lofty accusation. What exactly is it he's done?
What if I'm being honest?
I believe Samuel's the justice killer.
What? That's absolutely preposterous. You've got quite some imagination, sir.
So that's not it. What about the last
I
one?
believe he...
What? From who?
The Hanbrook Flower Shop. He stole several orders of Easter lilies.
The Hanbrook Flower Shop? They're not one of my customers. I only sell to wholesalers.
A minor detail. The point remains that your man's a burglar.
Minor detail.
That's quite a serious claim. What proof do you have?
You can hear it straight from the man who works at the shop that was burgled.
Well, where is he then?
Wait here just a moment.
Oh, so that's the right answer. I wonder if I do it like this, make all these mistakes, does it matter?
Excuse me, Mr. Hastings?
What is it, Detective? As I said, I'm rather busy.
Again, doing
I was
nothing.
wondering if you might help me with something. Could you please tell the shipping manager over there about the burglaries at your flower shop?
Certainly.
That's nice of him.
Go ahead, Mr. Hastings.
Right. It all started around 5 months ago.
The whole story.
And he didn't come around again after that night.
Thank you, Mr. Hastings. That'll do. Now are you convinced?
Fine. I hate to lose 2 of my men in such a short amount of time. But if he's done wrong, I can't just stand by.
Thank God.
Samuel lives in Chumley, at 210 Abattoir Row.
Thank you, sir. You may have just saved several lives.
But I'm going to have to spend several crowns in order to get things back to normal.
I don't care about
Now,
that.
if you'll excuse me...
I don't like that man. So a suspect. Well, I think he's the only suspect. He did it. The justice killer and the burglar from the flower shop murders men who abuse women. Well, at least he has kind of a good cause. A little. Although it's not right to murder. That's not what I'm trying to say. So apprehend Samuel. And I think that's the conclusion of the game. I really think it is. Let's see what happens. He has lilies. This is our guy.
Samuel Collins?
Yes?
I'm Terrence Shackley from the Labor Department. I wanted to ask you some questions about your employer at the docks.
Oh, of course. Please come in.
Terrence Shackley, what a name.
I'm sorry. What did you say your name was?
Terrence Shackley? But it's not my real name. I just used it to get into your apartment.
Oh.
I believe you did something similar at the Houses of Parliament with Mr. McDonough.
Yeah, you did.
So, you're Fordham. The one who was snooping around at the Gilded Lily.
I am.
Indeed. We meet again, Mr. Collins.
Now what?
Of course. The rooftop.
A confession.
I'm sorry about what happened to your partner. It wasn't my intent for him to die.
Oh, he's sorry, is he? Is that supposed to make things better?
I suppose this encounter was inevitable.
I think so
But
too.
I admit I didn't think it would be this soon. So, you're here to arrest me.
At the very least. This is what he looks like. You're under arrest, you're lucky I don't kill you. You know what they say about assuming. Ooh. I don't know what to say. This is probably making things worse.
That's right. Samuel Collins, I'm placing you under arrest for the murders of Percival McDonough, Burley Cause, Ennis Bowditch, Hannibal Kirkland, and Reggie Willingham.
I told you once already, Mr. Fordham. I'm not going to jail.
Alright, you said
Every
that.
one of those men deserve what they got.
That doesn't matter. The only ones who deserve death are those who kill others. No one deserves to be shot in the head. Why do you say that? Let's ask him and humor him.
Why do you say that? None of those men killed anyone.
No. What they did was far worse. Inexcusable. Unforgivable. I had to make sure justice was done.
I understand why you killed them, but that doesn't make it right. You need to pay for what you did to my partner. What do I want to say? Also, he seems like a very, how do you say it? Traumatized child. No, I think if I say this, I'm gonna attack him.
I understand your reasons, but that doesn't mean your actions were justified. You need to pay for your crimes, one way or another.
My crimes? What about theirs? If not for me, they would have gotten away with them.
You don't know that.
There are other ways of upholding justice, Collins. Ways that don't involve mass murder.
The system is broken. Criminals get away all the time. You know that.
Only too well.
But you comprehend my situation. You understand my reasons for doing what I do.
Understanding is not the same as approval.
I agree
But
with
it
that.
is the first step.
It's not.
Is this bastard really suggesting what I think he is?
Yeah.
All I ask is that you allow me to continue my work in peace.
All I ask.
You asked me to look the other way once before, and I refused.
Yes, and it cost your partner's life.
Well, this time it's just you and me, and I'm still not going to let you off. You're out of your mind if you think I'm going to just let you keep killing.
Damn right, Miles. This has to end.
Now what?
Then you leave me no choice.
Uh-oh. Whoops. Whoops!
Fordham, are you all right?
That shocked me. Could have shot him in the leg or something. Come on.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank God you're a better shot than I was.
So, this is our justice killer?
Who you
That's
just
right.
killed?
I suppose congratulations are in order. You did well in finding him.
Thank you, Chief Snelling. I'm glad we were finally able to work together.
How did you find this place?
Yes. Well, I'm glad you weren't so brash as to confront him without notifying me first.
Oh, I did.
Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Now then, I'll go get the other officers so we can lock down the scene and remove the body. Wait here.
And now we
Quite
have
a
no
night,
confession.
hey, Bill? Bill?
He's gone.
Are you there? Bill?
Finally, some rest.
Oh.
Do you miss him? He was kind of annoying. 2 weeks later. This is the end of the game for sure. I hope you liked it.
It's good of you to do this, Miles. Do you need some time alone?
If you wouldn't mind.
All right. I'll wait for you over by the sycamores.
Don't even know what that is. What is that? Sycamore. Never heard of it before.
So, it's finally over. have to admit, it's been strange not hearing you all the time anymore. Never in a million years did I think I would actually miss it. But the important thing is you've moved on, and I got what I was looking for. I'm starting up my own private detective agency, you know.
Good for
Addie
you.
and Upton are going to be my partners. It should be interesting, to say the least. Oh, that reminds me. I brought you a little something.
An Eastern lily? No.
It's not
Beer.
much, but I thought you might appreciate it. Thank you for all your help, Bill. I truly would have been lost without it.
Goodbye, old friend. Rest in peace. Wake up, your grave is on fire. Well, I did say this in the beginning, so let's do this.
Bill, wake up! Your grave is on fire! Well, I thought it was funny. Goodbye, old friend. I love you.
Aww. Such an emotional ending. Is that it? No. Oh, it is. Yep. Can't do anything, so no. So that's the end of the game. We concluded it. I don't know if we did everything right, but I don't think that music. So I stopped rambling because I heard the awesome music and didn't want to take that away from you. All I wanted to say is thank you for watching, especially if you've been watching the entire game with me. As I've said before, there are multiple endings. This is just 1 out of 4. But to be fair, I did replay some mistakes I've made, so who knows what we would have ended up with otherwise. Anyway, let's ignore that for now and enjoy the rest of the credits. Also, at the end, I look at bloopers, which I've unlocked by finishing the game. I'll put a time with those start if you're interested. Enjoy the ending of the game. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Bonus contact unlocked in settings menu. Let's check it out. Bonus. Bloopers? Press space to stop clip or enter.
Dearest?
Hold on, sorry.
In the middle, see? God, this bird's annoying.
Cormac's just going to pop inside for a quick putt. God damn it, Barbosa! Get out of me!
The only hotel that comes to mind is the Ballston Arms in Jesus Christ. But all the victims have been men in Chumsky. Chumley! Shut up! Chumley. That is my new least favorite word. But all the victims have been men in Damn it. Chumley. A woman in the Chumley.
So it's not just me.
Come on, there's not a moment to lose. Sorry, I just wanted to make him feel like I'm excited.
Mr. Fordham, you mentioned you value discretion. I ask you to please exercise some now. But clearly the drummer next door doesn't value discretion.
How can you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
How?
One will see you later, and the other will see you in a while.
It's such a dumb joke.
Hello, madam. My name's File. Wow, man. Files Mortem, and I'm a Ivet Investigator. Sorry, hold on 2 seconds.
Pretty soon it'll be debutante. I hate Gascon Grand Dames.
Can we do that whole thing again?
Sure.
Is that right, the way you want it, or is it stupid?
Oh, there are a lot of bloopers. So I guess it's not that easy at all.
Actually, I think someone's knocking at the door. Who can it be knocking at?
And it says here they still don't know what caused that brewery. This word. Oh, no. Okay.
I've got some nuts for you. Oh, how do you like this little acorn? Is this? Oh, this one has your name on it. Oh, and this one has...
Unused squirrel. Right, so you can check out all of this once you've completed the game. First version. Well, it does look different now. If you want to. But since the game is over, I'm done as well, so bye bye. Thank you for watching.